I grow so much mint here. It's everywhere. And why? Look at this. Because it started this way and then they turn so big. But what really happens is they start in my coffee. And I don't want to throw it away, so I plant it in something free because we'll have too much mint. And then it ends up to be like this, ready to be given as a gift or just continue to make coffee. So here I'll go over not only the planting, but also how to make coffee. Minutes ago, that's what the mint looked like. It was sitting on my windowsill. It was too big already, so I took it outside and decided to transplant it. Now I'm putting it in a bag that came from a cereal. Yeah, a cereal bag. You know, something you would finish your cereal and throw in the trash. I'm going to recycle it. It's not going to last that long, but it will be easy to plant in there and easier to hand off to a friend and say, here, would you like some mint? Since you'll end up with mint everywhere on the property. So I just used some soil that I had from another container that I wasn't growing anything in right now. And you know how I make my own soil. So this is free, a free bag, a free soil, and even free mint. You can't get any better than that. Just fill up the bag and just put in some soil. If you want to use potting soil, you can, but you could stuff the bottom of the bag with paper. And then I just took bag and all and put it in a 1.5 gallon trash can that I lined with some fabric I got at the thrift store. Look at that. Now you just water it, take care of it, and it's going to get bigger because it was already root bound in the house in that little container. And just give it a good water. Yes, I didn't put any holes in it, but you can always go back if you need to and poke some holes with a pencil or something. And that's all there is. They love water. They just don't want to be waterlogged, so don't overwater it. There it is. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? In a bag. The whole thing here was free. And if you got a friend that comes over and you really like them, just lift it out and say, hey, would you like some wonderful chocolate mint? They'll love you for it. And it didn't cost you a penny. Or you can always get fancy and put it in a cheap pot, cover it with fabric, and it's still going to be cheap. And that would be a wonderful gift for anybody. Mint loves the warm weather, so all summer it grows outside and into the fall. But in the winter, that's why it grows on my windowsill, and that's where that one came from. This is how it all started, with just a plastic container, which is actually an oil bottle, no holes in the clear oil bottle. But the bottle inside, or the container inside, was from chocolate syrup, and I thought, wow, I'll just cut the top off, put some soil in there, make a couple holes, which I did do, and plant some mint, chocolate mint in a chocolate container. I won't forget what kind of mint it is, will I? And why does the clear container not have holes? It's like the 2-cup system that I've been doing for years. This way I can sit this anywhere, even on the grand piano, and there won't be any water. And I can sit it anywhere and enjoy the smell of the wonderful mint. I don't have a grand piano. So here, Kitty and I are going to show you how it all started. Here is some chocolate mint. I grow a whole bunch of it all over. And I a lot of times go out there and just trim a few branches off. After I trim them off, what am I going to do with them? I'm going to bring them in the house and I'm going to make some coffee. So of course, the way I make it, you can put it in tea or even in just some water. It's so refreshing and tastes great. Now I'm going to show you how I do my mint. And I'm going to give you tips and tricks on what you may or may not want to do. The first thing I do is I remove a lot of the leaves. I'll leave a few if I know I'm going to grow it. When you're propagating plants, you always want to make sure there's a few leaves because the plant needs that so it can generate roots. Sometimes mint doesn't. So just take off a bunch of leaves and then put your stems aside. The thing is, if you're going to compost the stems, be aware that you can end up with mint in places you don't want. So that is one plant I always say don't put in your compost bins. So here I am breaking and squishing the leaves up as I put them in my glass cup there. You want the oils from the mint to be able to escape as soon as you put water in there. Otherwise it might just sit and you won't get the full flavor. And that's all there is to it. Now let's go back to the mint and then we'll get the water in a minute, but you could do the water first. All I do is bury them now in the soil I put in there. I take a fork. I love silverware as garden tools. They're cheap. You get a whole package for $1, $1.50. And then if you lose them, no fret. So the thing is, you just make some holes and push them in. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. And this is going to go back on my windowsill. And remember, the container on the bottom has no holes, so I don't have to worry about water dripping all over. Now I just water it. The other one does have holes. And that's it. Now we're going to add hot water to the leaves that I broke up. And I'm just going to add it to my coffee. Stir it up. And I leave this sit out all day. So I keep adding water to it after I use it, to the leaves, and I can use it in my drinking water, anything I want, not just my coffee, and just pour it in. I just picked up a cheap fine strainer at the dollar store, and now it gives such great flavor to coffee. Oh, you'll have to try it if you haven't done it. It is wonderful. And like I said, if you use up all the water, use the leaves all day. Just add in some more hot water, and then at the end of the day, you can compost the leaves. It's the stems that can grow, and you may end up with mint in places you don't want. The smell and the taste is wonderful. It's like heaven. It is beautiful. And there it is, just enjoying a cup of coffee, looking out the window, enjoying the hummingbirds on a beautiful sunny day. Isn't that nice? There's nothing nicer. The mint that you grow, and look at the mint. There it is out there growing in the trash can. Yeah, that's a trash can out there until I figure out what I'm going to do with it. So it's so easy. Grow some mint, and once you start, all you need is one plant because boy, when the weather warms up, that plant grows so fast. It is unbelievable how much mint you'll have all summer long and into the fall. And there's the mint now growing in the window. The cycle is starting again. And a tip I want to let you know, which is the reason I start all this mint, there's more in a red cup, is not all mint is created equal. So if you find something you really like, definitely do cuttings, because you may have one chocolate mint that doesn't taste as good as another. So taste your mint. With that, have a wonderful day, and don't forget to eat what you grow. Bye-bye. I think he smelled the mint. He's running in. And though Kitty does not eat mint, she does like her broccoli, and don't worry, she did get her broccoli, which is her favorite greens.